Many thanks for still staying tuned to Business Breakfast on iBrand Television. I now have Sumbo Bandejoku, public affairs analyst, joining with me now to do some analysis of some of these top business stories. Good morning, sir. It's a pleasure having you join me on the program this morning.
Good morning. It's always a pleasure to be there.
Now let's get talking now. There's this good news coming from the presidency, and they are saying that Nigerians' petroleum consumption has reduced by 50%. This is as against the withdrawal of fuel subsidy by this current administration. Now, while this is a laudable news, I'm also thinking on the other side now, what does this portend to oil marketers in the country if they keep having low patronage of their products across the country? How do you react to this?
Well, we could say is on the part of the government. We can also say it's not really a palatable news that they have identified. But the thing is, the whole figure that we're being brandished is not really correct.
Okay.
It's an inflated figure due to the subsidy regime that we had back then. And if you still remember, the moment the subsidy was removed, it's within few weeks, the 60 million litres per day reduced to about 40-something million liters in terms of our daily consumption. Why did it reduce? So later, it flashed down again to about 30-something. And now when you look at the aggregate, that is what the reduction has led. It has been on paper because some of us used to query it before. When you say we consume those amounts of litter, it's calculated by the number of trucks loading at the Apapa terminal. And these trucks, when they load and move out, they go to different destinations, and some of them find their way out of the country into Cameroon, Niger Republic, and Benin Republic because they were subsidized petrol, and the marketers are just using that to make quick money on the part of the consumers. But now, that is no longer there. So the number of trucks loading has reduced. Then people have reduced their patronage because of the price and the inflation in the lands. The high cost of food and other commodities is there. That has further reduced the demand for petrol because those ones are essential. Petrol is not as essential as this other one. You use petrol for business and for luxury, but it's not that you can drink it to survive. So people can do without it, actually. So that's what has led to this. For the market as well, they've enjoyed the rainy days. The serious ones among them will remain in business, while the other ones will have to diversify from them. And more so, petrol is not the only petroleum product that we have. Market, they can convert to the LPG, which is the cooking gas, and focus on diesel. So these are things, and of course, the transport, the commercial vehicles will still be there to patronize them. And due to power outage too, people still buy petrol to fuel generators. At the point, most people buy petrol to fuel, to power their generator than those who are actually buying it to put in their vehicles, because you can fill your tank now today. You may not have to refill the tank in the next 1 week. Except when you are going fast. If you fill the tank of the generator today and there's no light for throughout that day, you may likely exhaust everything in that tank within that day and have to go back tomorrow. So that's what has reached. But people no longer fuel their generator today because they have to buy food. So it's a matter of you killing your preference and deciding which one will you prioritize, and which nobody will prioritize petrol ahead of food. So these are what has led to the reduction, of course, in the sales on the market. And like I said before, if there are rainy days, there are days where they will be calling themselves, locking up the stations, and be selling at high prices, even when government has not officially announced the increment. So those are their rainy days. Nowadays, you have to do serious business and, of course, make do with whatever profit they make out of it.
All right, thank you so much for that insight. Now I'm going to follow up with what you just said now with my next question now. With the call for a a shift from the use of PMS now to CNG. I want to get your thoughts on this. Do you see the oil and gas industry likely to be more lucrative for investors? And that's one. And then secondly, do you see a merger occurring amongst independent or major oil marketers operating in the country?
From the second question,
yes.
Already major marketers are taking over some independent stations, especially those who are not having enough network. Only the big ones, the big players are the ones that are remaining in the market.
All right.
Even some other indigenous major marketers have also been taking over this, and some willingly just subscribe to their merchandise, going to them to just be under their platform to get supply because they do not afford. They are doing their account reconciliation at the end of the month. So give the company what belongs to them and you get your own, since you don't have the working capital. So indirectly they are using the capital of the major marketers to business and they get their own profit, so they will not be out of business. So they maintain their facilities that belong to them. So that is how they've been doing already, and that may likely continue, except they are also able to raise their own capital from the profit they've been making from the initial and then they currently are in now. Now for the gas, there is still no seriousness on the part of the government. It's just, we're just hearing the pronouncement. I've been moving around, I've not really been seeing this CNG refuel stations like they promised would happen. When I even the CNG buses, they are not available. So these are things. But it's going to be a welcome development because Nigeria as a nation is more of a gas producing nation than crude oil now. We have more gas deposits than crude oil. But the problem is, over the years, we've developed our crude oil sector, and we have underdeveloped the gas, clear more of the gas. As a whole, in the country, we only have one gas processing company, which is the NLG.
Yeah.
We need more energy. Energy that will not have any inclusion of government, that will be 100% privately owned in the country before we can begin to talk about that. Gas is the way to go. It's what Europe is relying on. And there's huge markets in it. So, but when we're producing gas, one thing with Nigeria is that our people focus more on export. 12.5 kg of gas now is 15,000 naira. I remember I used to buy that for just 3.5. So that is what, and a lot of people are now, it's either they buy 1 kg and use for a work cost. Kerosene is no longer available. Before you can get kerosene now, you'll have to like 40 or 50 different filling stations before you see one that is dispensing kerosene. So it is still this LPG that people rely on. And LPG is different from CNG. CNG is what the buses will be using. And that's one you don't have in, what is it called, education. According to within January and March, January especially, according to